Formula Student is an international engineering competition where teams of students design and build their own open-wheel race cars. Edinburgh University Formula Student was founded 2 years ago. In 2015, we entered Class 2, a design-only competition. And last year, we brought to Silverstone our first ever fully functioning car. Unfortunately, technical problems meant we didn't manage to compete in any of the racing events. But we were, at the end of the week, we were awarded as the team that most embodies the spirit of Formula Student, which was quite meaningful to us. This season, our primary goal is to compete in all racing events at the competition, something which fewer than half of all the teams manage each year. Today, there are 50 plus undergraduates working on the team, from a variety of academic backgrounds in many different countries. It's great as an engineer to work on such a broad and hands-on project within such a diverse environment. It really puts things into perspective.
For my master's project, I jumped on board with the Formula Student team and building a dynamometer. So I've opted for a hydraulic engine dynamometer, and the goal is to design and then assemble it, and that'll be for engine testing for the team. So I want something physical, something tangible that will be useful. Useful because it's amazing to have engine data and prove you've done testing and you've been thorough, you've built something from the ground up.
And I'm doing my final year project with another student, and we're manufacturing this carbon fibre nose cone, which is also the crash absorbing structure for the car.
It's been really nice. So we've got a hold of some carbon fibre and we're just about to get into the manufacturing phase, which is cool. I've never had the chance to deal with carbon fibre before.
I mean, making things in carbon fibre is famously expensive. And although we're lucky enough to get materials like carbon fibre and our mould tooling block for free from sponsors, we still have to cover the costs of delivery of all these different things, which actually in itself ends up being quite expensive.
Well, last year we had the biggest challenge we had was to get the engine running. We had a 20-year-old crashed motorbike on the engine, so the task looked simple. And this year I wanted the ECU to perform in a very distinctive way, and that's why I needed some more funding to buy the best performing ECU.
The extra funding from the Vision Engineering Fund is really going to help us now this year, because we're going to put some of that money towards building a jigging and testing table for the chassis. So we can manufacture a chassis that's dimensionally accurate and dimensionally the same as our model that we use to design all of our other subsystems, like the suspension package and the aero package, for example.
The funds from the Vision Engineering Fund have allowed us to pay to bring these materials to the department and allowed us to use them. It goes without saying that without those materials, this project wouldn't be going anywhere.
It would be almost impossible, and obviously the quality of the components you get, that influences how good it is. So if we have a shot to build something and you have absolutely nothing, you're starting from scratch, yes, sourcing it, you need the budget, absolutely, it wouldn't happen.
Personally, I found that the biggest sort of learning curve for me within this team has been people skills, how to come to a meeting and give a presentation and talk to people that, sometimes even if you're having maybe not the greatest day, you still have to conduct yourself in a sort of professional kind of manner and get on with everybody well. But I've enjoyed that part of it very much so.
Most interesting for electronics would be designing all the circuitry and all the stuff we do from scratch. You can design it however you like. That was pretty cool.
The best aspect for me, as regard to Formula Student, is the mixture of things that it brings. Like it's academically demanding, but I also have much fun working with it.
My course has been made so much easier after being in this process. I mean, I've had a design report that without some of the techniques I've learned from Formula Student, I wouldn't have been able to do.
And there's also so much to do on the business side. I mean, there's the looking for sponsorship is one of the big things that the business team does, but there's also there's costing. There's a whole costing presentation at the competition. So there's a huge space for economics as well in the team.
In any industry, you're going to have problems. You're going to have to create solutions. And this shows you that if you do work hard and you keep trying and you keep thinking things through and starting again, you will eventually get to a good solution.
Just getting into a group and building a car, that's that's an amazing experience. You're not going to learn just by looking at notes.
Here at Edinburgh University Formula Student, we have a vision. That vision is to build a race car which is competitive in a global environment. Without funding, this vision would go no further. So we'd like to thank the Vision of Engineering Fund for giving the opportunity to build our vision into reality. All we can hope to do in return is to make you feel that your investment was worthwhile. And that's exactly what we hope to do at the competition in July.
Merci beaucoup.
Shukran.
Благодаря.
Ευχαριστώ πολύ.
Kiitos.
Tusen tack.
Go to meet my
Tap alive.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Grazie mille.